Welcome to this first module. Together, we'll explore what service design thinking is. Design thinking is a user-centered problem-solving approach that fosters creative solutions by shifting perspectives. It emphasizes understanding the user, whether a customer, colleague, or stakeholder, and tailoring solutions around their needs. This methodology is more flexible than rigid, allowing the sequence of steps to be adapted based on the context and participants. Tools supporting design thinking are designed to enhance the mindset, not as strict rules, and applying it consistently helps integrate this mindset for product, service, and process innovation. Historically, design thinking originated in the 1960s in fields like engineering and architecture, gaining popularity in the 1990s as IDEO brought it mainstream. Its prominence rose further in the 2000s, with universities introducing design thinking courses. The method's popularity surged due to globalization, complex problem landscapes, shorter product life cycles, and an increasing focus on human-centered design. This environment of rapid change and heightened user expectations makes design thinking an essential approach for modern businesses. Design thinking is a powerful, user-centered approach to solving problems, encouraging creative solutions by shifting perspectives. At its core, it focuses on deeply understanding users, whether they're customers, colleagues, or stakeholders, and crafting solutions that align with their needs. This methodology is incredibly flexible. It's not about rigid rules, but about adapting the steps to fit your unique context and participants. Design thinking is supported by a variety of tools that help foster a creative mindset while ensuring consistency in designing products, services, and processes. Its origins trace back to the 1960s, emerging from the fields of engineering and architecture. It was later popularized in the 1990s by the design firm IDEO, and its influence has only grown since the 2000s. Why has it become so essential? Globalization, increasingly complex problem landscapes, shorter product life cycles, and the shift to human-centered design have all played a role. Today, in a world where user expectations evolve rapidly, design thinking is a critical tool for businesses to innovate and stay ahead of the curve. The goal of design thinking is to solve problems with a creative approach involving cross-functional teams, achieving results quickly and cost-effectively. It works best in a group setting because collaboration allows for sharing doubts, asking questions, and exploring different solutions. Design thinking encourages involvement from clients, suppliers, colleagues, and stakeholders to create effective solutions. The goal of design thinking is to solve problems with a creative approach involving cross-functional teams, achieving results quickly and cost-effectively. It works best in a group setting because collaboration allows for sharing doubts, asking questions, and exploring different solutions. Design thinking encourages involvement from clients, suppliers, colleagues, and stakeholders to create effective solutions. The goal of design thinking is to solve problems with a creative approach involving cross-functional teams, achieving results quickly and cost-effectively. It works best in a group setting because collaboration allows for sharing doubts, asking questions, and exploring different solutions. Design thinking encourages involvement from clients, suppliers, colleagues, and stakeholders to create effective solutions. Let's start with a central concept: service-dominant logic. This is a framework that overturns the traditional idea of value. Products and services do not have value in themselves, but only when they are used. Service-dominant logic is based on a simple but revolutionary principle: value is created together, by the provider and the customer, in a process of co-creation. It is not we, the producers, who will provide a value, we can only propose it. Every actor is both a supplier and a beneficiary of resources, because we are all a resource integrators. This requires a change of mindset. How can we involve the customer in the value creation process? The service-dominant logic is a framework built on the idea that products or services only gain value when they are used by consumers. It shifts the focus from simply delivering goods to understanding how value is co-created between providers and customers. At its core, this logic views all exchanges within an economy as service-to-service interactions. Both the provider and the customer play an active role in creating and experiencing value. Even goods, in this perspective, are seen as tools or mechanisms that facilitate the provision of a service, rather than being valuable on their own. It's a concept that challenges traditional thinking and places emphasis on collaboration and the shared creation of value. The producer cannot deliver value, but only offer value propositions. In other words, a beneficiary always determines a service or product's value. The value of a service develops from the beneficiary's interactions with the service and what they can derive from its use. All social and economic actors are resource integrators. This logic also tells us that all economic transactions, after all, are service exchanges. Even when we buy a physical good, like a phone or a bike, what we are really looking for is the service that good allows us to have: communication, mobility, efficiency. Thus, according to SDL, physical goods are merely vehicles for providing a service. In other words, value is not a package that the producer delivers to us, rather, it is an opportunity, a proposition, that we ourselves realize through use and interaction. Let's remember, good service is not static, but continually adapts to customers' needs. Feedback loops are tools that allow us to constantly listen to our users. By collecting opinions throughout the service lifecycle, we can monitor reactions and make improvements in real time. It's a way to stay in tune with customer needs while keeping the service relevant and valued. In the context of systems thinking, the focus shifts to understanding the relationships and interconnections between the various parts of a system. In this case, the system is the network of actors and resources working together to create value. Systems thinking plays a crucial role in the service-dominant logic. It allows us to view service as a continuous flow of interactions and shared resources, rather than as a collection of isolated exchanges. This perspective helps us see how value emerges from the dynamics of the network, rather than from the individual features of a product or service. By adopting a systems thinking approach, we're encouraged to look beyond the individual components and understand how they influence one another. In a service context, every element, whether it's users, technology, or processes, forms part of a larger whole that functions best when it's cohesive. Think of it like reading a complex map. To truly understand the service, you need to see the connections and how they work together. This broader perspective is essential for designing services that are not only functional, but also sustainable and effective in the long run. It's about recognizing the interdependencies that drive a system and leveraging them to create meaningful, lasting value. That would be all for now. Thank you for completing the first module. You've taken an important step toward mastering this topic, and there's so much more to explore. Keep the momentum going, your journey is just getting started.